Happy 2019! It's Pat Sloan here for my Fireside Chat, the first one of 2019. So I'm pretty excited to catch up with you. Haven't chatted in person for a couple weeks like this. My Fireside Chats are casual. I tell you a little bit about what I've been doing. If I've been mentioning something in my Facebook group, Quit Along with Pat Sloan, then I will sort of recap it here, tell you some other things that I'm up to, maybe a little behind the scenes. I was originally going to sit at the machine, maybe try something there, but on my design wall, I have something that I can't show yet. Be a couple weeks. It's in progress. So that's behind me if I am sitting at the sewing machine. So we will do other things. We'll talk about other things today. Instead, I always think about that. It's like, what is on the design wall that I can't show yet? But it'll be soon. It's the Orifil Designer of the Block layout. So for those of you who did that or who have 12-inch, 12.5-inch finished blocks that you're looking for a layout, that'll be coming later in January. I'm not sure if the quilt will be quilted, but at least it'll be the top and the pattern, so you'll get to see it, and then it might go off to the spa to be quilted. So it is Sunday, and on Sundays I often send a newsletter. Sometimes it comes a different day, but today it's on Sunday. So if you have signed up for my newsletters or signed up for notices, you'll get one. I'll put a link down here. Anything I mention, I will put a link, or if I forget, let me know. So also on Sundays, I try to take a little bit of a break from normal work. You know, the shipping department, Greg and I, we're a family business. This is our only business that we do. So, you know, we work a lot because it's just the way small family businesses operate. And I've been trying on Sunday to just, ratchet it down, take a little break. So today we took a really nice long walk through the neighborhood and I made soup. So my space here that I'm in, this space is the family room off of our kitchen. And so my soup is in the kitchen on the stove, and I was afraid like maybe it would start to hear it like boiling over or something. So the shipping department made me this sign just in case I have to jump up really quick and go and just stir the soup. I'm making beef vegetable. I love making soup. It's sort of like making a scrap quilt, making soup for me. I have a base and then I adjust it, I add to it. It's got a lot of different stuff in it. It's not really even one recipe. I kind of have two that I use. It's just the way I work for soup. But if all of a sudden I have to take the microphone off and go running over to the kitchen, I will tell you that's what I'm doing. I don't think I'll have to. So when I had to walk, I walk to the grocery store from my home. It's not that far. It's a really nice little walk, and so I get an iced coffee and with a little bit of soy in it. So that's what I have. I'm still enjoying that. It's not quite done yet. So a few things that I have showed you, wanted to talk about, because in January, the new Sew Along started. And if you haven't sort of caught up with that, maybe you're just getting over the holidays and getting back into your regular routine, hurry up. This is Out of This World. This is the first block. These are a little bit bigger blocks. And it's a mystery block of the month. It's free. I do this for a company called Like Sew Websites that builds websites for quilt shops and designers. They hire me to develop a unique free sew along for them. So that's this one, and it's all about space and fun space things, not like boring space stuff. So and if you have a love of space, you've got to join. And if you don't want to use space fabric, don't. I mean, you can look at the tab Out of This World at my Facebook community, or just at the website where there's the pictures people show, and you'll see they're using other fabrics. But I wanted to show you the patch up close. So this is kind of one of our prized possessions. I'm not really sure. I have to ask Greg where he got this. So when I started this, I asked him for some of our things that we've collected, space things. And he told me that this is the only one he could find quickly. The rest are like embedded somewhere. So now I have to ask again for him to go dig in his stuff and find me another few space things. There's fun topics, so fun. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Now the other sew along is my weekly. And on the weekly, the blocks are really easy. They're very quick to do. So you're doing one a week. That runs 20 weeks, whatever it is. You just go to the link, get all the details. I don't want to have to remember all the details accurately on here. So here is the first block, and this is called a flower bouquet. So it's all things gardening and flowers. So each week I will have a theme again, a theme for the week. The block does not look like that. It is more like just a way for us to have memories, for me to look up some things. So I did seed catalogs because really in January I'm not planting anything. And when I did a lot of planning, gardening, I would get the seed catalogs out, or the flower catalogs, however you want to call them now. And just sort of do like dream. Pinterest is a good place now. You can just go put in any sort of gardening thing. But there's going to be all kinds of fun topics here. They're not, and there'll be some memories of mine, but just fun things that I know or feel or experience about gardens. So that is those are the two that started. And I already have the Christmas figs is ongoing. Orifil Designer of the Month starts the 15th. This is just a recap for you. And the Be My Neighbor, Will You Be My Neighbor? Those are big giant houses is out there. You can actually go forward, but I haven't made one for a while, and it is definitely on my list. If you got my newsletter, you're going to see that. Look down in the list there. I definitely want to make one. One of the quilters in my group made just the houses, the little houses. Oh my gosh, a whole quilt of them in blue and white. It's amazing. So that's what's going on with the sew along stuff. But I do other things, other fun stuff, and I have not just sewing that I do, but I also bring fabric in to look at, to work with. And when we were doing remember when all the big sales were going on? Somebody asked me, well, what did you get? And I'm like, okay, so you want to see what I got? Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look here. Let me bring the camera down here. Whoops, I didn't get them over here. So first of all, I got a few charm packs because they're great for my Oh My Stars. That will be a wonderful way to use these. Now you need 2 for that. This one, I really like the prints. Let's see, there's this cool stripe that's in it. This is rifle paper. I don't know, I'm sort of into this gold. I don't know, I kind of like it. And the stripe. So that's got a variety of colors from white, it's got some peach, look at that pretty peach. Then I also picked up this Portsmouth, which I think was really, really nice Americana. Gray, navy, red. Yeah, see, that's the correct red, in case you're wondering. Yes, there is a correct red. I like the gray, the Papa gray in there. Or taupe. It's actually probably more taupe than, let me get that back. Yeah, this is probably more taupe because it's got kind of like a stone gray. That's kind of more taupe. So I got a couple of those. Those are the charm packs I picked up. Now, the other thing, I haven't even taken them out of the bags. Is this pathetic or what? I mean, like, who does this? Do you do that? You get this stuff and you don't even take it out of the bag? I don't know what's wrong with me. So they had the bundle of these little dots. Here's the light colors. I use these a ton. This light with the little red dot, the light with the black dot. And I've used a few of these. And I thought I really need to have some on hand so I can match for color and know exactly what I want, because these are basic, so I can reorder this anytime I need more. Like if I want a yardage for a background of the red dots, you know, or like if I want to order a whole bolt, which I have been known to do. I have been known to order a whole bolt. Okay, so here's two other things that I got because I was just in love with this green. So you know let me do this a minute. I gotta talk to you up here a minute about green. Let's talk about green. I don't know if you're a fan of green or not, but I you know I like red, but I do like this scrappy piece I did behind me. You can see, yeah. So this is with all the 2.5-inch squares. So I sort of make this as I'm making other things, and I put it up here so I can have a little bit different backdrop. It's not quite long enough. You can actually see my real fireplace down below there. I wish it was just a little bit longer, but it's already quilted, so there's, you know, I'm not dealing with that. This is just going to be the way it is. But I'm been looking at it a lot because it's hanging here, so I kept thinking green, green, green. And I picked up, what's it called? Peacock Well Said. That's the name of this collection of very sort of chartreuse green, but also I love that there's white background and a white in this bundle. So these are custom, yeah, these are curated. They're called curated, so they're custom bundles. And I just love this shade of green. There's the back, the bigger the floral. It's kind of a chartreuse. Then the other thing is the Pantone color of the year, which, you know, like who really cares? But I do. I'm fascinated that they pick a color of the year. Pantone color of the year. So I decided it's coral. It might be sea coral. I don't know. It's got some sort of thing. But there was a bundle that is peach fabrics. So I picked up this bundle, which I don't even know if it's called Feeling Peachy. But my thought, I got them together and I didn't know. I didn't even think. But now that they're together, I am like, I want to do a whole quilt of just sort of big half square triangles, so I can kind of let it flow. Like, I'm not sure, like green and peach, or whether there would just be peach and white and green and white. You know, like maybe I would throw in, you know, get some of these essentials with the dots to pair with the peach. I don't know, but I just have this in my head that I would just think this would be like so cool to do these half square triangles, because you know I can never have too many half square triangles in a project. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah. Okay, I have to open this one. So can you see? I have these all in bags. I haven't even opened them. What is wrong with me? Do you do that? Do you get them? And then like I put them in my rolling assistant over here. I brought the assistant over, my rolling cart. I put them in there. But I'm like crazy. Why are these sitting here? Well, my defense, I've been doing a lot of other stuff. Yeah, everybody says that, right? Oh, in my defense, I've been doing a lot of other stuff. So, okay, so I actually brought a cookie. Do you watch this? Do you have a snack? So, I brought a cookie along. So I'll open it up. These we got for Christmas from my brother and sister-in-law in Hawaii. Well, actually, they might be there right now, but they also live in California. So they are macadamia nut. I have to eat that after we're done. Sort of like dipped in chocolate, doesn't that? And it's a pineapple. It's so cute. So I shared those with my family. Anyways, I digress. Okay, so this is called, can you read it? It's called Homestead. This fabric is so cute. And I don't really do like fabric like this that often, farm stuff, but I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm just thinking it would be so darling to make up. There's the animals. It's like, really, it's just too cute. I don't know why I'd get this sometimes, but I think it's darling, and I just have to do something with it. To look on my site, like one of the patterns in repeat, something easy. So then there's that. These aren't actually, they're eggs. Can you see? Don't they look like eggs? I don't know if they are or not. This cool stripe, and then the windmills which from a little bit of distance, they look like flowers. And then this is kind of like barn wood, and it's the correct shade of red again. Eggs. The words, all these words. Now, I am not a farm girl. I am the furthest thing from a farm girl. I am city born and raised all my life in the suburbs. So, you know, like it says oink, ba. But I have some nieces and nephews, actually great nieces and nephews, and I'm thinking something cute for one of them. There's the blades again. I'm calling them windmills, but I know you all that are farmers are going, there's something else. The animals again, the words again, darker. This cool stripe, and then more sort of barnwood. And the piece de resistance, the panel. Oh my gosh, so cute. Okay, let me, I have to pull this out here since the panel, I can hold it up. I don't know, the panel, the panel is so cute. Okay, there we go. Ta-da! There, the stacked animals on the panel. I think there's two. There's this one, and then they have them stacked a slightly different way. And then in the middle panel is the barn. There we go. So it says, I can't read it back, farmhouse, right? Yeah. Well, this, I don't know. I had to have it. It was like one of those wild sort of thoughts. I don't know, maybe the price was, you know, the shopping frenzy, like, oh yeah, I gotta have that. You go to the fabric store and you do that. You're in there with your friends. One friend buys it, and then like all of you have to have it, right? That I think it's a law. I think it's a law. If one or the person in line in front of you has a bolt, do you shop? Do you keep shopping while you're waiting to get your stuff cut? Yeah, it's dangerous, very dangerous. Oh, I'll put that over there. So I don't know what I'm doing with that, but one of the things, I have this goal, this new goal, that when I get stuff like this in, really cute things, I'm excited about it right now. I need to make something while I'm excited about it. If we sit there and we put it on the shelf, or we do like I've done so far and leave it in a bag, nothing happens, and eventually the excitement wears off and it sits on your shelf, and then you're like, ho hum, why didn't I make something back when I was super excited about that? I'm now super excited about something else. So like these things here, they're projects I really should try to fit in somehow, later in the evenings maybe. That's a goal. Okay, another, I'm working with, got my planner out, so ta-da. And if you are, whoops, what fell out? The alternate layout. They did a cool alternate layout for the blocks in the planner. You can download that for free. But we're doing UFO busting, and here in the back, projects. There's projects at a glance, you know. Ta-da. Yeah, I need to write them down. I'm more of a digital girl, but I really like having this to look at and to work with in a physical form, because I want to document some things that just use my own handwriting and do it, and just like take that pace down just a little bit. And the book comes with the magazine, which has all the patterns in it and stories and everything else. So the planner, rather, it comes with a magazine. So if you haven't gotten a planner but you're thinking about them, that's a great one. What else do I have to show you? Okay, I talked about my little blue stars, that I decided that I would make lots of them, possibly lots of them. And these are leftovers from the Christmas fig, my blue Christmas fig. These are the leftover pieces. So let's just take a look. How am I working through this? And this little design board, which is interesting, somebody wrote me yesterday or today or something, and asked me what is my thread catcher, and I didn't understand what she meant. And this is what she was talking about, so because there's thread on it, but it is actually a design board. So you can buy these. Yes, I know there's a pattern out there somewhere to make them, but I don't have time to make them, nor any interest in making them. They are not expensive. It is much easier for me to click buy and have them sent to me already done, so I can do the things that I really enjoy doing, which are sew. Now, what I've done is, here's the star. These are all the cutoffs, all the half square triangles. This is the trimmings from sew and flips that I'm doing with the Christmas fig project. So I am pairing them. They're 4-inch finished. So this is 1.5. So that guy is 1.5, and the corners, the 4 corners are 1.5, and the center is a 2.5-inch square. And then they'll be finished. Everything is finished to 1, 1, 1, 1, right? So it's a 4-inch finished star. And I've grouped them up like this to just have them ready. So I have 4 stars ready from the trimmings. And let me see if I can reach it over here. This mug that my friend Mary Abreu sent me is what I'm putting the trimmings in. So once I get them trimmed down, or squared, or cut rather, with the ruler to 1.5, I just throw them in here, and then eventually I take them over to the iron and they become these. So in a perfect world, what I would do was to make a star, right? To make a star, let's get this right. You need them to sew like this. Here, I'll move this so you can see it better. I'll put them down here. So you would have that. These 2 guys are going to make a star point, right? Well, right now, in my infinite wisdom, I pressed everything to the dark side, which means they don't nest. So I really, like a perfect world, I would go and press one side to the light so that when they would nest when I put them together. Like this. I would have one going to the light, and the one in the back is to the dark, one to the light. But will I do that? Probably not. Probably what I will do is, when I start sewing, I am actually going to sew them from the straight side down. I'm going to sew this way, so that when I start getting to the bottom, I'm going to press that one up and then sew it. That is what I'm going to do. I am not going to take my time to go back and press those. This is not going to be entered in competition. I don't mind if everything is not 100% perfect. Perfection is highly overrated for me. It's nice to do them as well as I can, but I don't need to be crazy. And that's what that project is. Because you'll see them. You'll probably see those little stars showing up every so often. Oh, I have a light flickering in here. This is the second light. I have one light out. I can just see it. It's like this flickering. Does that annoy you? Oh my gosh. I can't stand when the light flicks like that. It's sort of like, so we'll have to get the shipping department to take a look. There's 2 out now. No, the other one's flicking. Now there's 2 flicking. So He'll fix them. He'll fix them. What else? Okay, the subscription box came for the Sew Sampler. If you are a Sew Sampler subscription box person, this has all been revealed, so I'm not, like, if you're like in Europe and you've been avoiding all of the reveals, don't watch for a few minutes. Do this, put your hands over your eyes. So let me just show you what was in this box. I'm very late showing, but I think it's fun. So I want you to see what they're all about. Subscription boxes are, these are from the Fat Quarter Shop. They're an amazing value because what you get in here, you also get some coupons, and the value of the contents are really more than what you've paid. And there's always a project that's exclusive to the sampler box, but the fabrics can be used another way. And it's darling. They always have like a theme. It says Winter with You, which I just think was so pretty. I love those roses. They have great graphic artists there. They design all this. So ta-da! You always get this little booklet that tells you all about everything that came in your box. And then on the back side, so this is the end of the 2018 box, which means it was the last barn quilt. Those were so cute. I started them, but I just had too many other things going on, so I could not finish along with it. They are telling you about the new charity, Threadology, which I'm going to be sewing along on this. Whoops, there it is, this. I'm not using those fabrics. I'm going to be using different fabrics, so I'll be sharing that. So I've been picking some, these are great tweezers, because I have been picking paper piecing stuff out. So now I'm going to get these out and use them. Some super cute decorative scissors with little bitty hearts on them. A spool of Aurifil, yay. Okay, and the fabric and the pattern. Now this month, this is the barn quilt, and you can buy these individually if you missed some or you decide you'd like them. So then you have the pattern. Now, the pattern this time was for a tote bag, and there was a video that showed you how to make it and everything. But I thought, there's other things I could do with this, because some of you might be like me, you're not in a tote bag mood. But I want to show you. I'll link to this fabric because this fabric is gorgeous. It's by Lishin, and it's Jerry. It's Jera Brandvig's fabric line. And I've had Jera on my show a couple of times. She was on in 2018. But they're very soft, pretty. Let me get it a little bit closer. So there's this pale sort of aqua green and this dark rose color, sort of a pinky. She loves and works with all these colors all the time. Her home is decorated gorgeous. There's a pale blue. But what I like is, look at this floral. Look. So you have two mini charms. So I'm thinking that in my book, with the machine quilting book, I have that heart that you could make. Let me see. I was going to grab that. I think I can grab it over here because I've got the books not that far away. There we go. I got it. So in this book, which as of the time that I'm doing this, I'll link you over. But these little charms and that blue, paired with that blue, the cream is nice too, but that blue is just speaking to me. In here I have a heart, a really simple heart quilt that uses 2.5 inch squares. There it is. Ta-da. So you could take these and make the heart quilt, and you could put them on the blue, or if you really prefer the cream, or you could use the cream for another project. But this would be a great way to use it if you got these and you weren't really wanting to make a tote bag. Okay, my space is getting crazy messy. Let's see. We've been chatting here just a little while. Oops. I was getting a drink. So my soup, I don't hear it, so I'm thinking that it's probably okay for another couple minutes. So when in the winters is primarily when I make soup. I really like soup. So I wanted to show you this. I brought it over because I thought, does anybody else do this? It's just not fancy. It's not cute. And I'm like really prefer cute stuff. But over the years, I've collected lots of recipes that just, like I printed back before you sort of kept things digital. I printed all of this stuff. And I have gone through and sort of reduced some of it, but not real lately, So it's kind of messy in there. But these are the two recipes that I combine. I get both of these out and I read parts of them, and that's what I was doing my soup from. But I thought I would show you my folder of things. Okay. Sunday fireside chat. That's pretty much, you know, kind of what's been going on. I will link to everything. I wanted to thank you again for being part of my community, following along with my sew-alongs. It's so much fun. I love, love, love seeing your blogs. It is so inspiring to me to see what you do with my designs and and that you have fun. You know, that's the whole thing. We're also doing UFO busting. Remember, that's a big thing. I am going to take my planner and I am going to make a list, and I'll be showing that. I was asking for the UFO busting, do you want to have sort of encouragement, you know, like a check-in, really, this is called a check-in, weekly, monthly, or like twice a month. A lot of people said twice a month. Twice a month kind of works for me, because what I could do is either like Friday or Saturday do the check-in, because that's generally, and I do it on the off week of the Christmas fig, because once Christmas fig is done, we're going to sew from Winter Wonderland, and I have another one. I have a personal new book coming out, so we're going to sew from that, and there's other projects I want to sew from the books, and so that we'll alternate UFO and then one of and then a sew along post. So that way, you know, like once a week, it's one or the other, and do a check-in and see, because if we don't check in on UFOs, they just don't happen. You know, really, for me, they don't happen. But I am going to go through the planner here and put in my items, and really, and I'll show you. I have to write them down. I have to list them. Probably will end up typing them, because my handwriting is atrocious. You won't be able to read it. Not that you need to read my list, but I'm not going to list my 800 quilts that need binding, which is about 15 quilts that actually need binding. Then I have a bunch of tops, and I have a bunch of projects that are in progress. So, okay. We all better get sewing now, right? We have tons of stuff to do. Thank you again. I'm Pat Sloan, her Fireside Chat on Sunday. Let's go sew.